You ever worked overtime for months, skipped beers with the guys, saved every single dollar for one perfect moment, only to fly across the country, stand outside a hotel door with a ring in your pocket, and hear the woman you love moaning another man's name? This is the story of a single dad who thought he'd finally found his forever, and what he did when he realized he was nothing more than her safe backup plan. Stay until the very last word, because the ending will leave you speechless. You know how sometimes life finally starts feeling like it's on the right track again? That's exactly where Nathan was that fall morning in Charlotte, North Carolina, staring at the little black velvet box in his calloused hands like it was the most precious thing he'd ever held. Nathan was 39, a high school baseball coach at Westfield High, divorced 5 years. One daughter, Lily, 9 years old, curly brown hair, missing front tooth, and a swing that could already knock it out of the park. He wasn't rich. He lived in a modest 2-bedroom ranch house with a tiny backyard and a mortgage he was still chipping away at. His truck was 12 years old and had 180,000 miles on it. But he showed up. Every practice, every game, every school play, every 3 a.m. nightmare. He was the dad who packed turkey sandwiches with the night before and braided hair with YouTube tutorials. He was enough for Lily. But some nights, when the house was too quiet, he wondered if he'd ever be enough for anyone else again. Then came Elena. She walked into his life at the school book fair, wearing jeans, sneakers, and a smile that made the fluorescent lights jealous. She was 34, marketing coordinator for a growing firm downtown. Ambitious, sharp, laughed easy. A parent played matchmaker. First date was coffee on a Saturday afternoon. She showed up early. He showed up nervous. They talked for 3 hours straight hours. When he showed her a picture of Lily in her Little League uniform, Elena leaned in and said, "She's got your eyes. And your fire." Something inside Nathan woke up that day. Within weeks, she was coming over on weekends. She made breakfast tacos while Lily did homework at the kitchen island. She stayed for movie nights. She tucked Lily in and read an extra chapter when Nathan's voice got hoarse. Lily started calling her Miss Elena, then just Elena. One Sunday, she brought Lily a pink stitched glove. Lily wore it to bed that night. Nathan stood in the hallway watching them laugh and felt his chest crack wide open in the best way. 18 months flew by. They took trips to Carowinds. They carved pumpkins. They built blanket forts that took up the entire living room. Nathan started putting $20 here, $50 there into a separate savings account labeled future. He found the ring at a small jeweler in South Park Mall. White gold band with a single sapphire in the center, Lily's birthstone. For month's salary. He didn't even flinch when the clerk told him the total. He kept it hidden in his sock drawer and took it out sometimes just to look at it, under the bedroom light. When Elena mentioned a 3-day marketing conference in Denver, Nathan saw his moment. He booked the cheapest flight he could find, called his sister to watch Lily, packed one small bag, the ring, and a dozen roses from Harris Teeter. On the plane, he rehearsed the words over and over. "Elena, you didn't just give me hope again. You gave Lily a mom and me someone to come home to. Marry us?" He landed smiling like an idiot. Denver air hit him cold and clean when he stepped off the plane. He took an Uber straight to the hotel, a sleek downtown place with glass walls and a lobby that smelled like money. At the front desk, he played it cool. "Hey, can you send these roses up to Elena Ramirez, room 1418? Secret admirer," the clerk typed, then looked up. "Actually, sir, the room is registered to Elena Ramirez and Marcus Hale." Nathan felt the floor tilt. He asked her to repeat it. She did. Checked in together that afternoon. He rode the elevator anyway, heart hammering so loud he was sure people could hear it. Room 1418. Carpeted hallway, dead silent. He stood there with the roses behind his back. And then he heard her laugh. That same soft, flirty laugh she only used in bed with him. A man's voice, low and confident. You killed that presentation today. God, you're incredible. Glasses clinking. A moan. Her moan. I've wanted this for months. Marcus, heavy breathing. The sound of a kiss that wasn't meant for him. Nathan didn't kick the door. He didn't scream. He just backed away, roses drooping, water dripping on the carpet, took the elevator down, left the flowers on a lobby table like trash, walked out into the cold Denver night and didn't feel a thing. He booked the red-eye home, sat on the plane staring at the ring box in his lap the entire flight. When he landed in Charlotte at 5 a.m., his sister picked him up. She took one look at his face and didn't ask questions. Lily ran to him at the door, arms wide open. Daddy, did you bring me something from the mountains? He hugged her so tight she giggled. I forgot, baby, but I'll make it up to you. That night he sat at the kitchen table with his laptop and scrolled. Old texts, LinkedIn, Instagram stories. The pattern was everywhere. Chicago trip in February. Marcus posted a skyline pic same night. Nashville in March. Rooftop bar selfie. Seattle in April. Same hotel. This wasn't a one-time mistake. This had been going on almost since the beginning. He didn't sleep for 3 days. Elena came home smiling, arms full of souvenirs and stories about keynote speakers. She kissed him like nothing happened. She tucked Lily in and read the extra chapters. Every I love you felt like a knife now. Nathan started pulling away. Excuses. Grading papers. Lily had a cold. Late practices. Lily noticed first. One night over spaghetti she asked, Daddy, why doesn't Elena come over anymore? I miss her pancakes. Nathan's fork stopped halfway to his mouth. She's real busy with work, kiddo. Then came the night he drove by her office building. Saw her walk out laughing with Marcus. Marcus's hand on the small of her back. They got into his black Audi. 30 seconds later, Nathan's phone buzzed. Working late tonight, babe. Miss you. He stared at the message until the screen went dark. 2 weeks later, Lily wanted to play games on Elena's old tablet she left behind. Nathan handed it over. A notification popped up. Message from Marcus. Nathan opened it. His blood turned to ice. Hundreds of texts. Flirty jokes, gives hotel confirmations, gives photos, gives, and the one line that ended him. Nathan's sweet, but he's comfortable. You're the life he can give me yet. Maybe in 5 years when I'm ready to slow down and play house. Right now I need someone who matches my speed. He screenshotted everything. Emailed it to himself. Closed the tablet like it was on fire. The next morning he called her. Coffee shop. Same place they had their first date. She walked in smiling, ordered a latte, sat down ready to fix things. Nathan slid his phone across the table. She scrolled. Color drained from her face. Then the excuses came fast. You went through my stuff. It's not what it looks like. We were just venting about work stress. You don't understand corporate pressure. You're being controlling. Nathan didn't raise his voice once. He just said, I flew to Denver to ask you to marry us. I had a ring. I heard everything. I'm done being your safe option for later. He stood up and walked out, didn't look back. 3 days later, he texted her. One last coffee. I need to say goodbye properly. Quiet cafe on the north side. She showed up in jeans and no makeup. Looked like she hadn't slept either. He didn't waste time. He spoke calm and clear. I get it. You want more than a high school coach and a little house with a 12-year-old truck can give you. I don't blame you for wanting more. But love isn't a backup plan. It's not I'll settle when I'm tired. You made me feel small, not because you're successful, because you treated my kindness like it was weakness. I deserve to be someone's first choice, not their safety net. She cried. She begged. She offered to quit, to go to therapy, to delete Marcus. Nathan just shook his head. It's not about Marcus. It's about the fact that you never saw me as enough. I forgive you, but I'm choosing me and Lily now. He stood, left a 20 on the table, and walked out into the sunlight. For the first time in months, he could breathe. 6 months later, he started a free baseball clinic for kids who couldn't afford league fees. A year later, he ran into Elena at the park. She looked smaller, softer. She apologized, real this time. He forgave her again. Lily didn't even remember her. That night, Nathan stood on his tiny balcony, looking at the Charlotte skyline. The ring was still in the closet, but it didn't hurt anymore. He finally understood. The greatest love story isn't finding someone who completes you. It's realizing you were complete all along. Nathan had learned that lesson the hardest way possible, and he finally had peace. Sometimes the person you need to marry is the one staring back at you in the mirror. Sometimes the person you need to marry is the one staring back at you in the mirror. Sometimes the person you need to marry is the one staring back at you in the mirror.